Hello people, how's it going? So welcome to my review of One Piece chapter 1034, titled Sanji versus Queen. In the previous chapter, Oda decides to give Zoro a power up and focus on that with the Black Blades and possibly the Conqueror's Haki. And in this chapter, Oda flips it right back to Sanji. It's Sanji's time to shine and his time to get a power up, and it just works. It's the back and forth. So we got Usopp on the cover page with a group of minks, a childlike minks, and a shooting gallery. And this could be foreshadowing as well, even though this is a fan request, because we haven't seen Usopp and lower half of Kinemon for the past few chapters. We haven't. So it's curious where they're at right now. They're heading to the armory room, as same as Yamato. Have another chapter without them showcasing where they're at right now. Speaking of not being showcased, I think it's interesting that it's the second chapter since we've seen what's going on with Hiyori and Orochi right now. I personally think that could turn into a fight. Personally, I hope it's the case. Speaking of fights, let's get into this chapter. And it starts off pretty much self-explanatory. It starts off with the Tower of Pleasure Hall, which is where the next section of the fight between Queen and Sanji heads towards, which is kind of fitting. And we see a bunch of geishas, and one of them that was got quote-unquote assaulted by Sanji. We couldn't find out in this chapter that was not the case. She's called Asume. So I'm wondering if she's going to have a role, or just no, she's just there to like watch Sanji take down Queen because she was physically abused. Looks like she's looking for a child, the way it makes it seem, because she doesn't want to leave just yet, even though they know Onigashima about to blow. They can't stay on Wano. And we couldn't find out she's looking for a mouse, which is kind of weird. But we go to where Momonosuke is at, and actually he gets an idea of using the flame clouds that Kaido has produced because the devil fruit powers are linked because of DNA. So Momonosuke thinks he could use those clouds to stop Onigashima. I don't know how he's going to do that, considering that he have to be near Luffy and Kaido for that to be the case. I hope he doesn't get involved. I'm just going to say that right now. After everything, no. Momonosuke has his role, so I hope it sticks to that. But it's got me thinking. So Momonosuke acting like a shogun, using the initiative without Yamato there to guide him. So this is going to be interesting character development for him. So he's going for the flame clouds that Kaido has produced. I don't know if that's going to do much. Yamato mentioned that Kaido was getting weaker, so he can't control Onigashima. So I don't know what good that's going to do. Unsuspected to the citizens in the Flower Capital, they have no idea what's approaching them still. We go over to back to the Tower of Pleasure Hall, where Queen versus Sanji is taking place. Very simplistic chapter, but we do get some tidbits of information as well as progression with Sanji's character. Queen open fires with bullets. He's using Sparking Valkyrie, which is Ichiji's move from the Vink Smokes. So Queen starts a barrage of Sanji's siblings' attacks versus Ichiji's with Sparking Valkyrie, which is pretty cool. Queen comes in with Henry Queen, even though it's a complete reference to Henry Blazer, the electric shock we saw from Niji. Queen kind of revealed like the reason he was gung-ho about Sanji putting on the raid suit is because he wanted to overshadow that. My technology has surpassed judges, so it's all about bragging rights pretty much. And we still need more information about what the deal was with Mads and what the whole connection with Vegapunk and Judge with Queen was. We still don't know much about Vegapunk at all. So maybe we'll get some tidbits of information of where he resides right now from Queen. So Sanji's trying to outrun him. It looks like Queen has done his research when it comes to German science, so it's kind of interesting. Then he comes in with Yonji's move with Winch Datten, which is the grappling move. He does the same thing, but Sanji actually uses this to counter, which is pretty cool. So he grabs a hold of Sanji, he's like dragging Sanji around the floor. Sanji still has the presence of mind to use Diablo Jamba he decapitates Queen's mechanical arm, which is pretty cool. Queen can't use that anymore, he's going to have to use his other mechanical features. And then Sanji was getting pissed anyway because of him he was mentioning Sanji's bros in front of him. So Sanji begins to counter. Then this is the twist in the fight. So and Sanji's like, oh, you had to have felt that one because we've been fighting all out for a while. And Queen's like, oh, of course, we're getting weaker. Keep in mind, though, Queen was fighting alongside King against Marco. Sanji's like, I found my resolve. I'm not the same person you faced before. Queen uses Stealth Black, which is Sanji's move. Although considering Sanji's observation haki, it's not that much of a problem by the end of this chapter, because Sanji just immediately speed blitzes Queen while he's using Stealth Black, which is pretty cool. And Queen can't, this is key here, Queen can't keep up. And I'm like, what's up with Queen's observation haki? Does he not have it? He literally cannot pinpoint where Sanji's at, because he's relying on the fact that Sanji's going to get tired. He has to reveal himself at some point. I guess this is where Asame comes back into the chapter, because she finds the mouse she was looking for. And then Queen notices this, and because I guess he got rejected because Asame kind of made the excuse like, oh, I got a headache, so I can't be with you right now. That was second place, considering Komurasaki was quote-unquote dead in Queen's mind. He tried to ask Asame out. She rejected him. That's why Queen beat the crap out of her, apparently. So it's confirmed that Queen was the one that beat her up in a couple of chapters ago, where it looked like Sanji was thinking he was the one that did it, but no. And I said it was more likely Queen's trap, or maybe Asame was the one that was kind of making that up, but no, it's Queen that did that. That just pissed off Sanji even more. As Queen's about to attack Asame again, because I don't like rejection very much, so have some more punishment. Sanji comes in, we finally get a power up for Sanji. It's been long overdue. So he uses his enhanced sturdy skeleton, combined with this armament haki, where his legs are able to withstand even hotter flames. So it's an updated version of Diablo Jamba, Ifrit Jamba, which is interesting. So it packs even more of a wallop. So Sanji comes down with Kalia Shuta and just nails Queen. By the way, before he nails Queen, he was still using Stealth Black. So Sanji's observation haki was on point again, and just uses a barrage of attacks. And again, I guess this is why Asame is here, to realize that Sanji wasn't the one that actually beat her up. So that's why she's there. So she was looking for a mouse, but there's no other reason for her to be there. And it ends with Buff Buster. And Sanji just nails Queen to end the chapter. So yeah, it is a power-up. It's an updated version of the Diablo Jamba with Ifrit Jamba, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. It's combining everything he has with his Diablo Jamba to make his legs and attacks even harder, with even more speed and weight behind it. So it makes sense. Zoro got his power up in the previous chapter, so this was Sanji's chapter to get his power up after I don't know how long of waiting, get rid of the raid suit. This is what we expected. I'm glad Oda finally revealed it, but I don't think this is going to be at the end of the fight, just because of 2 points. Number one, this fight would end before the fight between Fukurakuju and Raizo is still going on, so that has to end before Sanji versus Queen, unless that's just some type of revelation like fight, which I don't think so. That just seems like a personal fight, but this is like, okay, this is like one of the calamities against one of the monster trio, so you would think in terms of the hierarchy where this fight should end. That doesn't mean it's going to end. It could very well be over with, but I kind of doubt it. And also because out of all the attacks that Queen did not use, I find it interesting. He uses Ichiji's move, he used Yanji's move, and he used Niji's move. He even used Sanji's Stealth Black. He has still yet to use Reiju's move, Poison Pink. So if that connects with Sanji, that could be a problem. So I'm just pointing that out. So either this fight's somewhat over with, which I doubt, or this is gonna be like how we ended the last chapter with Zoro getting the power up, and even though we didn't see the attack, the fight's going to begin into its final phase. And I think this is going to be the case here. We're on break next week, so we'll have to wait, I guess, 2 weeks to find out if this really is the end of the fight. Let me know what you guys think down below. And before I end this review, I'm just going to make a mention about the episode 1001 in the One Piece anime, where X-Drake got betrayed by Who's Who and Queen, who was in that episode as well. He got betrayed, and before then, he was trying to convince Hawkins to switch sides. But then Hawkins gives him the probability of a person having 1% chance of survival will die tomorrow. When that chapter dropped, it wasn't really stated by Oda who that person was. In fact, I know that for a fact because when that chapter dropped, a lot of people, myself included, were making theories about they were talking about who that person was. Some people thought it was Kaido. Other people thought it could be Trafalgar Law. Some even thought it could be Luffy, which made no sense considering he's the main character. But in the anime, Hawkins no, I was talking about you. You should have realized that, X-Drake. So right off the bat, the anime they could have shut down those theories with this episode. So that was surprising to me. The episode overall I thought was good with the animation. With also there's a cool little callback to like Thriller Bark with Oz and how the Straw Hats have grown. Luffy in Gear 4 with King Kong gun, and X-Ray comes down with Excalibur to like take down 2 of the numbers. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, just that quote there of Hawkins, because that was not in the manga. Hawkins did not specify in the manga who he was talking about, and thought about, oh, it could be Law, it could be Kaido, and no, they just shut that down immediately in the anime. So that's kind of interesting to me. Overall, I thought the chapter was good. Epic ending for Sanji. We'll see if that is the end of the fight. Please let me know what you guys think down below. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Like the review if you did. Thumbs up, I appreciate that. Subscribe channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.